Alex, we mentioned before about the 5% club and therefore the 95% club. You know, that 5% club of salespeople who are well prepared, they understand what they're going to be doing in front of their customer, they ask questions, all those great habits and behaviors. And there's also that 95% club who, frankly, often turn up and often use the technique of what we call winging it. So why is it that that's so prevalent amongst, you know, business-to-business commercial relationships?
So it is a really good question. My belief is that very often people in the sales profession have either never been trained properly or not been trained for a long time. And in actual fact, they may have been trained, but have they been coached in it? And there's a very big difference between those two. And if you think about the art and the science of selling, you know, a great process with the soft skills woven through that, to get that in the muscle, to get that something that becomes really high quality behavior, that requires real energy, real focus, real effort. And the worst thing that can happen is for people to show up and wing it. You know, selling is not just about relationships as it is being perceived to be at one point. It's much, much more than that.
So how does that winging it and perhaps perceived arrogance, how does that get perceived by the customer, do you think?
But if you think about the reputation of the sales profession broadly outside, you know, our relatively small world of the commercial environment, you know, is not viewed very positively. And very often, salespeople are viewed as overconfident, rather arrogant. And that's one of the challenges because they do genuinely get sloppy, and it doesn't do anything for the reputation, but it also doesn't do anything for their success. Hence, this notion of 5% club. There's not many people who get this right.
So I guess there's something there about, you know, if you're in sales and if you're a sales professional, there's something there about not getting complacent. There's something there about, you know, constantly challenging yourself that you're doing the right things and doing them in the right way in front of your customer. So, you know, ultimately, I guess it's about realizing it's about them and not you.
Well, but there's the thing, Gareth. You know, if you think about, you know, salespeople who are driven very often, you know, by financial targets, that makes it about them, not about the customer. The flip on this is to be so clear in your mind that your success is about your customer, not about you. Then you've got a chance of, you know, really focusing on what's needed to not wing it and to turn out well prepared and to get curious about your customer so you can really engage around their needs rather than your own.